Thank you for your interest in the ABC of Wisconsin Apprenticeship program. When you receive the ABC Apprenticeship application, it might seem a little overwhelming, so we're going to take a few minutes to break it down so the application process is as seamless as possible. If you haven't already, please visit us at buildyourcareerwi.org and click on Get Me Started under the drop-down menu. ABC of Wisconsin does train apprentices in 12 different trades, and some of the requirements do differ from one trade to the next, but we'll be sure to cover all of that here today. Unlike traditional higher education, apprenticeship is a full-time training program where apprentices work for construction contractors as their employees to receive 90% of the education on the job. The remainder of the education is in class, learning the book knowledge behind what you're doing on the job. Apprentices are paid by the employer both on the job and while in class, so the employer is investing in their employees. Because of how apprenticeship is set up, it does require a contractor to sponsor their employee in the program. This means when filling out the application, there are two ways to start. The first way is if you're already working for a contractor who is ready to sponsor you in the apprenticeship. You would be considered a sponsored applicant. The second way, if you do not work for a contractor but want to find one, you turn in the application materials and ABC will pre-approve you for the apprenticeship and send you a list of the companies we work with so that then you can find the contractor. Unsponsored applicants do have an extra step, but ABC is here to help you with the process. Either way, by submitting the application and the other needed materials, you are starting the process for a great career. Whether you're filling out the application online or through the paper copy, the materials required and the steps will be the same. The first part of the application process is to fill out the apprenticeship application. This differs from the employer application, which we'll talk about in a minute. The online application is broken down into 3 steps. Step 1 is to getting your basic information. Step 2 is to fill out the voluntary equal employment opportunity and disability information. And Step 3 is uploading your supporting files. Please review the requirements for your selected trade before starting at buildyourcareerwi.org. Please note, ABC will not receive your application until you've completed all 3 steps, including uploading the required files. If at any time you need to save and resume the application later, scroll down to the bottom of the page and click the Save and Resume Later link. You will then be prompted to enter a password that you can use to access the application where you left off. Make sure to write down this password because it's the only way to continue your application. If you forget your password, you'll have to start the application from the beginning. Once you enter the password and select the Save and Get Link button, you will get the link to continue your application where you left off. This link will also be sent to your email. The first step is to fill out your basic information, including your Social Security number. Your Social Security number is used by the Department of Workforce Development when you're contracted as an apprentice. Next, please select the trade of interest. This is the specific apprenticeship that you want to enroll in, for example, electrical or carpentry. If you are an unsponsored applicant and are still considering a few trades, please choose the trade you are most interested in. After submitting, contact ABC to learn how to apply for an additional trade. This may require submitting additional materials depending on that trade's requirements. Remember though, when you start your apprenticeship, you're only going through one trade at a time. Once you select a trade, school information will be provided. Please select the technical college that is closest to you. Not all apprenticeship classes are held at all locations, but we'll do our best to accommodate. If you select a program with one location for the entire state, you will not have to select a school. The information about the class location will automatically appear. Further down on the application, there are a few questions regarding your career history. First, we ask if you previously or are currently serving in the military. There may be some veterans training benefits available. Next, please let us know if you completed a youth apprenticeship in high school. If you select yes, you will be prompted to enter the district where you completed your youth apprenticeship. Next, please let us know if you completed a certified pre-apprenticeship. Generally, certified pre-apprenticeships will be through a community-based organization and are a formal program recognized by the Department of Workforce Development. If you select yes, you will be prompted to enter which certified pre-apprenticeship program you completed. In the next question, please let us know if you have previously participated in a registered apprenticeship. If you select yes, you will be prompted to enter which registered apprenticeship you were a part of. Towards the bottom of the page, we are asking if you have a company ready to train you in the apprenticeship. If you are a sponsored applicant, please select yes for this question. If you select yes, please fill out the company information. If you provide an email address for the company contact person, both you and that person will receive an email with the sponsoring employer application information, which then they will need to complete. If you know if your company has trained with ABC in the past, please select yes as an ABC approved trainer. Otherwise, ABC will work with the company to become approved to train. Moving on to step 2 of the application is to fill out the voluntary EEO and disability forms. The voluntary EEO form asks for your race, ethnic group, and gender. This form is voluntary and is only used for equal opportunity reporting purposes and will not be shared with employers or the apprenticeship committee. The ABC of Wisconsin Apprenticeship Program is committed to the equal opportunity for all applicants. The recruitment, selection, employment, and training of apprentices during the apprenticeship will be without discrimination because of race, color, religion, national origin, sex including pregnancy and gender identity, sexual orientation, age, genetic information, disability, arrest or conviction record, marital status, or membership of the armed forces. From there, you will find the voluntary disability disclosure form. Like the EEO form, this form is voluntary, and the information gathered is for compliance with state and federal affirmative action regulations. The information will not be shared with employers or the apprenticeship committee. You may be considered to have a disability if you have a physical or mental impairment or medical condition that makes achievement unusually difficult, limits your ability to work, substantially limits a major life activity, or if you have a history or a record of such impairment or medical condition. Disabilities include, but are not limited to, blindness, deafness, cancer, diabetes, epilepsy, autism, cerebral palsy, HIV/AIDS, schizophrenia, muscular dystrophy, bipolar disorder, major depression, multiple sclerosis, missing limbs or partially missing limbs, post-traumatic stress disorder, obsessive-compulsive disorder, impairment requiring the use of a wheelchair, or a learning or intellectual disability. Now, moving on to step 3. Depending on the trade you're applying for and the questions you answered earlier in the form, different questions and files will need to be uploaded. If you're using a mobile device to complete the application, you do have the option to use your camera when uploading the documents. Starting with your driver's license, you will either have to submit a photo of your driver's license or confirm that you do not have a driver's license but have reliable transportation to attend all required work and school. Next, you will need to submit proof of high school graduation or the equivalent. All applicants need to show high school verification, but that can come in a variety of different forms. Please provide one of the following: your high school transcripts with your graduation date listed. If you're a senior in high school, please provide both the transcript along with verification from your school that you're on track for graduation. If you have your high school diploma, we can accept a copy of that. A copy of your GED or HSED certificate. Or if you participated in a home-based learning, we'll need copies of the PI 1206 forms that were submitted to the Department of Public Instruction for the years of high school that you were homeschooled. If you are looking to apply for the carpentry, electrical, heat and frost insulating, HVAC, plumbing, sheet metal, sprinkler fitting, or steam fitting apprenticeships, there is an entrance test required and passing scores will need to be uploaded. For these trades, you can take either the AccuPlacer or the ACT exam. If you have taken either exam within the last 5 years, we can accept those scores. As a note, some high schools do have access to your ACT scores and can help in getting that documentation. Different minimum scores are required for each of the trades. Please note that HVAC, plumbing, and sheet metal applications do need to take the QAS portion of the AccuPlacer if that is the test that you are taking. For reference, QAS stands for Quantitative Reasoning, Algebra, and Statistics. Electrical applicants only need to take the QAS if they're using a test score to fulfill the algebra requirement. If you take a test and do not pass all of the sections, you only need to retake the sections that you do not have passing scores for. For example, if in high school 2 years ago you took the ACT exam and now you want to be a plumber, and your reading score was passing, but you received a 14 on your math, you would either need to retake just the ACT math again, or you can take the next generation AccuPlacer and take the arithmetic and QAS portions of that exam to complete your application. To find more detailed information on the different testing sites, testing times, and fees that they may charge, please visit our website. If you are looking to apply for either the electrical or steam fitting apprenticeships, you have an algebra course requirement. For steam fitting applicants, please submit one of the following: either verification, typically on your high school transcript, of 1 consecutive year of high school algebra with a minimum grade of C or better for both semesters. Home-based graduates must show verification of completing an algebra class with a C or better. If you've taken algebra after high school, we need to see 1 semester of algebra at the college level with a C or better. The class can either be credited or non-credited. If you have neither of these, there is a self-paced online class available. Please contact ABC for more information. For electrical applicants, you can submit one of the previously mentioned requirements for steam fitters, or additionally, you can submit verification, typically on your high school transcript, of 1 consecutive year of high school geometry, trigonometry, or calculus with a minimum grade of C or better for both semesters. Or you can take the AccuPlacer QAS test and submit a score of 250 or higher. When you have everything filled out and uploaded, please enter your name as verification that all information is complete and correct. After that, please click the Submit button. Please note that depending on the size of the documents you uploaded, it may take up to 60 seconds for everything to upload. You will see a confirmation message and receive a confirmation email when it has been properly uploaded. ABC Wisconsin will be notified of your application and will get it processed. If anything's missing or we have questions, we'll be sure to let you know. Depending on if you are sponsored or unsponsored will determine what the next step is in the process. If you are sponsored, you will be enrolled in ABC's online orientation course and you will be scheduled for a meeting to sign your apprenticeship contract. At that meeting, you will be contracted as an apprentice and your apprenticeship will start. If you are unsponsored, you will receive a letter stating that you are pre-qualified to get into our apprenticeship, along with a list of contractors who are approved to train in the particular trade that you are qualified for. From there, it's a job search, but with this letter, it shows contractors that you are serious about this trade and have met all of the minimum qualifications to get into the apprenticeship. In addition, your name will be added to a list of people who are pre-qualified and ready to get into the apprenticeship that our approved trainers can reference. Once you are hired, the contractor will probably have you work for a period of time before they start you in the apprenticeship. The amount of time varies by contractor. During that time, the contractor is making sure you're a good fit for the company and you're making sure that you want to do an apprenticeship in this trade with this contractor. When both are ready, the employer will submit that employer application that we talked about earlier. When ABC receives that last form, we'll get you enrolled in the course and get you scheduled to sign your contract. Apprenticeships are a great way to get into the industry and learn the full scope of the trade, all while getting paid. We can't wait to have you join our over 2,000 apprentices from across the state in this high-skill, high-wage, essential industry. You can call us at 800-829-9926, visit us at buildyourcareerwi.org, or email us at apprenticeship@abcwi.org for more information or with questions. We look forward to working with you and having you join the next generation of craft professionals.